It's just finished. West Ham United 2, AZ Alkmaar 1 in the first leg of the Europa Conference League semi-final. West Ham have 1 foot in the final. We can start dreaming of Prague a little bit. It was not quite vintage West Ham. There was no champagne football. A bit of a smash and grab, really, by us, but we've got the job done. I always say cups are always about results. Doesn't matter how you get it. Doesn't matter how you get there. Just make sure your name is in the next round. Now, obviously, over a 2-legged tie, it's not quite that simple, but we got the win tonight. That's what it was all about. And thank God we got it. We made it difficult for ourselves. I think that's the worst thing tonight. I think we made it difficult, more difficult than it needed to be. And there was a bit of disappointment regarding the performance in the first 45. But when that final whistle went, we've won 2-1. Relieved. The dream, it's hard, right? I'm trying to not get carried away, but you can almost taste it, can't you? You can start to believe that we're going to get to the final this year. It's not like the disappointment we had in Europa League after the first leg. That disappointment is not there. I'm buzzing, actually. I'm actually buzzing. And it's not about the performance. I am buzzing purely about the fact that we have won. And we're going to the Netherlands next week, and it'll be a bloody difficult game, don't get me wrong, but with a lead, and that is vital. I'm just really happy. Anyway, let's talk about the performance. I'm not that buzzing about the performance, truth be told. We were 1-0 down at half-time. Let's talk about their goal. Reijnders got the goal for Alkmaar. There's a push on Paqueta. There is a push, right? But the referee was consistent. Bar one occasion in the second half when he gave Alkmaar a free kick, I felt the referee was letting a lot of the physical side go for both teams. I thought both defenders, both sets of centre-backs were able to give their striker a nudge and win the ball, and the referee was letting it go. Paqueta should probably be stronger. Is it a free kick? Within the law of the game, I think it is probably a free kick. However, there's still ample opportunity for us to cut that goal out. Does it launch a counter-attack for Alkmaar? Yes, it does. Is it quite pivotal in the build-up? It is. 15 seconds later, it was in the back of the net. But I do feel Paqueta should be being a bit stronger there. But like I said, I do think it was a free kick as well. However, there's no excuse in that. Areola should be saving that any day of the week. I was disappointed to see it hit the back of the net. We don't close them down. We're all at 6s and 7s. We're being caught out now. And it's not like we'd committed loads of bodies forward. It's not like Paqueta had lost the ball with the ball at his feet and he was dawdling on it, or that he went out for a header and lost out to the centre-back. That's a situation that we should be prepared for. We shouldn't be getting caught out because Paqueta has missed out in an aerial battle against the centre-back. Foul or not, that is what's happened. The centre-back has beat him in the air. Areola should be doing much better, though. I really do think that. But we found ourselves 1-0 down at half-time. And I'll be honest with you, I was still comfortable that we were going to go on and win that game. The advantage of doing the watch along, I went on and joined Charlie. And I said, Charlie, I think we'll still win. I don't think we'll lose, and I think we might still go and win. And the reason for that, there was 2 things. One, I thought our build-up play was okay. It was a bit slow. It was pedestrian. There wasn't much intensity there. Out of possession, the lack of press was frustrating. When we did press, I thought we were causing them a little bit of bother. So the attitude in the first half was wrong, but I think we were getting bits and pieces. Some crosses were coming in. We weren't really making much use of it. And the second one was, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't that fussed by Alkmaar. I was expecting more, to be told. Yes, they were leading 1-0 at half time, but I think there was a large element of it was our own doing. That's the reason they were in front. And I wasn't blown away by them. They were okay. They were comfortable passing out at the back. There wasn't much pace on display. There wasn't much invention. They were getting to the edge of our box and shooting from 20, 25 yards. And I know they scored from one of that, but usually I'm okay with that. Our keeper would usually handle it. Areola caught all the other ones. So at halftime, I was actually okay. Not at the result or the performance, but I was okay in the sense that I felt that we were still going to come out of the game with a win. But it wasn't because we were good. It was just because Alkmaar were pretty poor. Well, they were, yeah, actually, no, they were. I'm going to say Alkmaar were poor. I wasn't that impressed by them. In the second half, though, we just continued as we were. And it was pretty disappointing. I did not feel like I was watching a semi-final tonight. Maybe from Alkmaar's standpoint I was, because they were slowing the game down, the time wasting, passing it around at the back. So from that aspect, it felt like the semi-final was there. But from West Ham, I didn't really feel like it was a semi-final. In the second half, it continued. It felt like the tempo was quite low, the intensity was lacking. And it wasn't because of the lack of atmosphere, because there was an atmosphere there tonight. At the start, the crowd was singing, and then as the game went on, the crowd were up on their feet because of their time wasting. Alkmaar's time wasting was spurring the fans on. So it wasn't that, but I was pretty disappointed by what I was seeing from us, and I was getting a bit frustrated. But we made it 1-1 in the 67th minute. I'm convinced, by the way, I am convinced. I see that every week in the Premier League, not necessarily West Ham, but I see that at least one occasion in the Premier League, and nothing ever happens. Is it a penalty? Yes, absolutely it's a penalty. Matt Ryan punches Jared Bowen in the face about a second after he's headed the ball. But when defenders and keepers close oppositions down and make a late tackle, a late foul, it's never ever given. It's just sort of like, well, they were trying to block the ball and didn't get there, get on with it. And I was surprised it was given. It's like I said, stonewall penalty, but I was just a bit surprised to see us get it. But what a penalty by Saeed Benrahma. That is a fantastic pen. The occasion, 1-0 down, semi-final, 25 minutes to go. Huge pressure on his shoulders. They had to wait a long time while they were checking VAR and whatever. There was a lot of time he stood there waiting. The keeper went the right way. Matt Ryan goes exactly where he thought Benrahma was going to put it. Benrahma put it exactly where Matt Ryan thought he was expecting it to go. But the penalty was superb. Power right in that corner. When the keeper goes the right way and doesn't get near it, that's when you know you've taken a great penalty. And that was a fantastic by Saeed Benrahma, who was easily our man of match. But we'll get on to the individual performers in just a second. And then just 9 minutes later, we made it 2-1. Our corners were okay tonight. There was one in the first half. You could sense Ryan was a little bit rattled at it on the line. Ball come over. Sort of, was it Zuma headed it and gets blocked? And then Declan Rice gets it, chips it into the box, and Agard heads it. A good header by Agard. He's just unlucky. He beats the keeper, but it was well defended on the line. But it falls to, well, I'll say Antonio. Antonio does really well. He beats the defender to poke it into the back of the net. 2-1 West Ham. And it was one of them. It was like, how we've done this, I do not know. But fantastic. We're now 2-1 up. And I'll be honest with you. I thought we were more likely to make it 3-1 than they were to make it 2-2. They had nothing. Alkmaar had absolutely nothing. Now, I am aware they were missing a couple of their best players tonight, but from 2-1 onwards, I felt their attitude I thought they were okay. I felt Alkmaar were okay with 2-1. I felt that they were still slowing the game down. They were happy to leave with 2-1. And I get it, because I remember last season when we went away to Sevilla in the first leg, I remember doing a preview, and a lot of West Ham fans were saying the same thing, which is we're okay with a 1-0 loss here. If we can take it back to our place, 1 goal in it, we're okay with that. And we were proven to be correct. So I kind of get why Alkmaar would be okay with just the 1 goal loss. And they probably felt maybe they attacked us, we would make it 3-1 or 4-1 and the semi-finals finish. So the semi-final's still up for grabs at this point. But I did feel for the last 20 minutes, we were more likely to score. We were the one looking like we wanted to score more than they were. It was a strange vibe for the semi-final tonight. But I thought once we were 2-1 up, I felt we handled the game really well. I don't remember Areola being tested at all in the second half, to be honest with you. We were in control of the game. Didn't really create much. Again, the intensity was still quite low. The tempo was quite low, but I felt it suited us at 2-1 up. We were able to just see the game out, get the win, and go to the Netherlands next week. And I feel like it'll be a difficult game, but we'll deal with that next week. But we had to get the win tonight, and we got the win. And that's the most important thing. Now, before we do individual performers, just one point in direction. No, not the Patreon. That's on the bottom. Not that. We are doing a private signing session with Julian Dix. So next month, on the 8th of June, Julian Dix's book comes out. So if you want the signed copy, you can get it via our store. But we're also offering signed merchandise, such as shirts and prints. Pre-orders only. So if you order it in the next month, you'll get it. But if you don't order it, you won't get it. It's as simple as that. hammerschatstore.com. Links in the description below. There's a page with just Julian Dix stuff. So we're really looking forward to it. So next month, we'll sit down with a legend and he will sign all the merchandise that has been ordered by you guys already. Do check out if you fancy getting your hands on the book, a shirt, or a print. It's just 100% authentic. We'll take photos and videos so you can see Julian signing everything. But I like to think he's trusted us by now. But so if you want any Julian Dix merch signed by the man himself, links in the description. Individual performers, man of match 100% was Saeed Benrahma. 100%. It's not even close. I think other players had good games tonight. I thought Agard was really, really good. I thought Zuma was really good. But Benrahma in the first half was the one that looked like he was going to make something happen. Very unlucky with his effort. Top save by Ryan to put around the post. But he was the one that was constantly getting past his man, getting the ball in the box. Is his final ball perfect? Nah. There's at times it's frustrating still. But tonight I thought he was excellent. Second half dribbling, running at them, pushing them backwards, weaving in and out 2 or 3 players. Again, his final ball was still lacking, but I felt he was the big danger for them tonight. And he did, bar that final pass, he did everything right. I thought Benrahma was nearly faultless tonight. It was a really impressive performance. And then you add in the penalty. And like I said, you can't underestimate the pressure on his shoulders at this point, because should he miss that, who knows what happens? We might go on and lose that game this evening. Huge occasion. And he stepped up and he took it. But I thought he was by far our best player. I thought Bowen was okay in spells. Antonio frustrated me a lot tonight. Now, he's got the winner, and credit to him for doing that. Because like I said, when that ball drops, the centre-back's actually favourite for it, but Antonio just beats him to it. He wants it more. He wants it. But he really frustrated me. The referee was letting a lot of physical battles go tonight, and Antonio didn't learn. He kept on doing it. Antonio kept on looking for the free kick, and he was going down far too easy. In the first half, he tried it a couple of times. Nothing was given. You see what happens for their goal. Paqueta gets a push, and the referee still says play on. I was hoping he was going to cut that out in the second half, because when I spoke to that Michail from the Dutch podcast, and he said their centre-backs don't like physical strikers. So I was really looking forward to beast mode Antonio tonight, slamming into the defenders, battering them, having it, smashing into that back 4 of theirs. And there was none of that. It was a timid display from Antonio. He was just constantly looking for free kicks. And in the second half, I thought, right, you've had 45 minutes now. You've sussed it out. The ref ain't giving you anything. You've seen it. Now sort it in the second half. He just kept on going down. Every time the ball went near him, just dive. And it really frustrated me, because when Antonio wants it and he's up for it, he is unstoppable. And we've got centre-backs that don't like it. But tonight I felt he was just playing for free kicks. And it was obvious from the start, the referee was just not giving anything for both teams. I'm not saying the referee was just picking on Antonio. And I thought the referee was crap, by the way. I did not like the referee whatsoever. He allowed the time-wasting thing to occur for too long in the first half. But at least he was consistent with it. And Antonio, I expect better from him. I do. I expect better. But he's got the goal that's won us the game. But I just thought he had a poor game overall, and it was frustrating to watch. I thought Paqueta was poor tonight. I thought a couple of times in the first half, he gave the ball away. He's trying Hollywood passes when it's not necessary. A couple of nice tricks in the second half. But overall, I actually thought Paqueta was poor. Came alive for 10 minutes after we got the second goal and started to do stuff. But apart from that, I thought I wasn't very impressed with him. I thought Rice had quite a quiet game. But this is the point. I don't think we barely got out of second gear tonight, and we've won the game. I thought Alkmaar were poor, but at the end of the day, I can understand that the boys are a bit nervous. Like I said, I was a bit disappointed by the lack of intent early on, but we've got the win. It's all about the win, and I'm absolutely buzzing for it. I really am. I'm nervous for next week. I'm actually more confident now than I was that we're going to go through. It's not because of the 1-goal lead. I've seen what Alkmaar offered up. I thought we handled it really well. I thought the back 4 played well. I thought they were comfortable all evening. Out of possession, I thought we were pretty good, bar their goal. I'm really happy. I'm absolutely buzzing, actually. I feel quite like I'm speaking quite downbeat, actually. Just lots of negative stuff. But it's just my honest opinion. We weren't at our best night, but we won. And I thought it was pretty comfortable in the end. Honestly, it made me even more confident that we're going to go on and win this trophy, because we're at the semi-final stage now. And I'm looking at Alkmaar thinking, is this it? Is this what they've got? And I expect better in the second leg. But tonight I wasn't impressed by them whatsoever. We made it look easy. I thought it was pretty easy for 1 or 2 of our players. Like I said, Benrahma in particular, I thought Bowen was quite bright. But anyway, that was it. We've got the win. Cups are all about the victory. We've got 1 foot in the final going to Prague. We can start. I don't want to get carried away, right? I don't want to get carried away, but when that final whistle went, I almost had this feeling that, not that we're in the final, but I'd be surprised if we don't make it to the final now. And maybe I'm being a bit naive, a bit cocky, but I certainly wasn't that going into this in the first leg. I certainly wasn't confident. I was optimistic, but that was it. And I think I've been proven correct. We won 2-1. But I feel really confident we're going to make the final now. I feel encouraged after watching that we are going to go on and get to Prague and go at least one step further than last year. I'll be in a lesser competition, but I don't really care. I want to win this bloody trophy. Tonight, I feel even more happier and more comfortable that we are going to go on and win this tournament. Now, we need to do something about Sunday against Brentford. We'll deal with that in the Brentford preview. But we can start tonight. We can start thinking about next Thursday straight away. We can start thinking and planning. Do we need to wrap Kurt Zuma up in cotton wool and bubble wrap to make sure he's fine? I think we do. But West Ham 2, Alkmaar 1. 1 foot in Prague, boys. Ladies and gentlemen, West Ham have won the first leg of the semi-final. Oh, I can almost taste going to the final. Oh, come on, we can do this. We can get to that final. I'm absolutely buzzing, actually. I'm really, really excited. It wasn't pretty at times tonight, but it was all about getting that win, and we got that win. Man of match side, Benrahma. If you've enjoyed this review, please do drop a like on it by clicking the thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Subscribe if you're new to Hammers Chat. You want your Julian Dix merch? You know where to go. Links in the description. Or go to hammerschatstore.com. Lots of stuff over there. And I'll catch up with you tomorrow. West Ham 2, Alkmaar 1. We're halfway to the final in Prague. Halfway to the final of a European competition. This is our year, boys. We're going to do it. We're winning this thing. I'm telling you, we are winning this trophy.